people, it's you know the score. It's your boy Shingy Rose. We've got my guest here, my guy, Ore Khalil. He's folding on us today, so it's just the two of us, unfortunately. It's just the two of us. How you been this week?
Oh, good. I couldn't be better, you know.
Yeah, I know. You was at Burner Boy a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, man. You was enjoying yourself.
Well, what can I say? Man?
Drinking bottles inside Wembley. It's not on.
There's a will, there's a way.
There's a will, there's a way, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And you must be in a buoyant mood as well, because this past weekend, obviously, it was the biggest game of the season.
Yeah.
Liverpool versus Man City.
That's right.
Yeah, and you guys came out on top.
Mm-hmm.
On top. But before we get into that, I mean, there's a few things that have happened this week. Surprisingly enough, our good friend Drake.
Drizzy, innit?
He was booed off stage.
Well, who would have saw that one coming?
I mean,
only God knew that one. Don't know how that happened, but...
What did he say on stage?
He goes by the name of Drake. What's it? No, do you know what it was? It's because when he came on, the crowd was suspecting Frank, innit? Frank Ocean.
Rightly so.
So, yeah, right, like you said.
Yeah.
If I paid my money to go watch something, I'm expecting the artist I paid to watch to be there.
But I wouldn't expect them to boo Drake.
Boy, I'm as shocked as you.
Yeah. So when he said what did he say when he introduced himself?
He said he goes by the name of Drake, and then they were booing him. And then what else? he was playing his tunes, he was putting the mic, and people were just saying, "What's this?" They're saying, "What's all this? What's going on here?"
It's crazy, boy. Well, you can't be a celebrity everywhere.
You can't.
But anyway, moving on from that, back to the football anyway. Liverpool, they beat Man City 3-1 in an ill-tempered game.
Oh yeah, because of the.
It was. I mean, it was slightly. The fans were the fans were intense. The managers were very intense. There was a lot of battles going on the pitch.
Even though it was early in the season, there was big stakes for the game, innit? Yeah,
of course. I mean, you guys are now in pole position.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
Still long to go though.
Yeah, I mean, you're unbeaten in 13 games, right? This season.
Oh.
I'm talking about this season.
I was gonna really hit you with the real facts.
Well, I'm talking about this season.
12 games, I believe.
Well, yeah, you've won 12 games.
No, won 11 and drew 1 to you punks. So we're unbeaten in 12.
Haven't we played 13 games?
Played 12.
Oh, we played 12 games. Okay, fair enough. All right,
12.
Mr. Opta. But your guys are in pole position.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Oh, man, nowadays, one time I had my Liverpool shirt on, I think, after the win. And
you pinch yourself, innit?
No, I went on the train,
You've never seen...
Somebody got up. I think they're paying homage to me now. They gave me weight because I had the Liverpool shirt on. Life is good for us right now. We're walking like Vince, stress-free.
Yeah.
We're just, living life right now. It's good.
I mean, this graphic actually highlights, this video kind of highlights how the season's going. So our streets ahead at this moment in time. While, Leicester they're cruising along nicely. We've got Chelsea there, cruising along nicely. Under Frank Lampard as well. Pep starring a little bit. I mean, with the injuries that they've got this season,
he's still getting along.
He's still getting along. He's still in the top four.
He got the strugglers, which is forgive Sheffield United.
The strugglers, bro.
They shouldn't even be there. So you can forget.
Honestly, how the mighty have fallen, and then you've got Spurs, man. They're on a merry-go-round. They're actually on a merry-go-round right now, boy. But I don't know. I mean, obviously it's only 12 games into the season.
Yeah.
This season, you've obviously started off well.
Yeah.
It's only November.
We've continued.
It's only November. Let's stress that. It's only November.
It's true, but
you've been top on a few occasions at Christmas and still failed to win the league. Probably, I think the only team to fail to win the league when they've been top at Christmas.
I saw Arsenal one time when Leicester won.
Well, I'm not Mr. Opta in it. That's your job.
Let me leave us now.
That's your job anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly.
But what was I even saying now? I even lost what I was going to say.
About you being on top.
Yeah, we've continued our form from last season. We've just picked up where we left off.
And were you impressed about how you managed to employ yourselves against Manchester City?
Well, you see City now, yeah. I think it was an arrogance from them. I don't know why, yeah.
An arrogance. Someone call it an arrogance. They don't have a good record against you at Anfield anyway.
They haven't beaten us since 2003.
So when you say arrogance, what do you mean by that?
They didn't mold their game to try and stop our wing backs. If you get, they didn't stop Trent. They didn't stop Robertson.
But did they have the personnel to do that though?
With the injuries.
With the injuries that they do have. I mean, they were playing Fernandinho at centre back for goodness sakes.
Well, he's played there. He's versatile.
Yeah, but is he a centre back? He's a centre midfielder, isn't he? A central defensive midfielder.
When I did see that team, I thought they were there for the taking.
Defensively, absolutely.
Bravo. That was
a gift. You shoot from outside the ground, it's gonna go in. Yeah, I mean,
that guy had the shock. He was looking at Carrier syndrome.
Yeah. I mean, but it was an excellent effort by Fabinho to put Liverpool in front. I mean, it shocked me. It shocked me because City started very well.
They did.
You know, they was on the front foot.
They kind of controlled the game. We had them in counter attacks and shit, but they controlled.
It was the ball transition. Whenever they lost the ball and you guys got it, you was quick to pounce. Like, and I just don't think they could handle the transition. You know what I mean?
Many teams can, to be honest.
Well, I mean, we did anyway. So
no, but yeah, you molded your game to, you know.
Well, you struggled against us, so you did exactly. Yeah, give credit where it's due.
5 more minutes of that game, I'm telling you. 5 more minutes.
Let's not talk about if buts and maybes because in the game, you just about got the point and you kept it moving. But in this game, I just don't think City could live with the transition. You know, when you guys got the ball and they didn't have the personnel.
I'm not gonna lie, I think Henderson was amazing in that match.
He had a good game.
He had a good game. I wanted Ox in it. I was thinking, come on, Ox deserves to be there. And I didn't want Henderson to start, but he made me shut up.
But that game was littered full of a lot of controversy. I mean, before Fabinho went on to score.
The handballs.
Well, I mean, before Fabinho went on to score, you know, there was a contentious handball shout. Which VAR didn't even bother to check.
The VAR making a living.
Well, honestly, I don't know who's behind
that handball.
Yeah,
I could have sworn Bernardo Silva handballed as well.
Yeah, the ricochet.
So let's not play. You know, let's not pretend it didn't happen.
I'm not saying it didn't happen.
No, but you're talking about a contentious handball.
It was a contentious handball though, because
Bernardo didn't handball himself.
My issue is no one came out and said because Bernardo Silva handballed
but if that had led to a goal, rightly VAR would have, if they were doing their job, that wouldn't have been a goal because it hit. Even if it's accidental, it still hit.
But did they even check it?
I don't know, but it should either way. It should have been stopped from there. That's what I think.
Okay, well, for following on from that, okay, you guys in a matter of less than a minute go up the other end and obviously.
City was still, I don't know, they were still complaining.
Of course,
still chasing the referee.
You have to play to the whistle.
On money and
you have to play to the whistle.
That's what they didn't do, and they'll punish
that's the problem with VAR as well, because I feel that when such a decision is contentious like that, and players know that they can challenge for that decision, they're gonna stop. And say, look, no, that's handball. And they're not going to be focusing on the game itself. Because before it was like play to the whistle. Now it's like play to the VAR. You know what I mean? Because every decision a player has got the opportunity to...
if I was to be honest, I think both handballs are accidental, win.
Well, they were ricochets. But the law is now, if... you know, you're in the opposition box, okay, and the defending team, a player handballs the ball, it hits his arm, it's a penalty.
I don't see how they could have given that Trent as a handball.
But that's the law now.
I know, but it's hit Bernardo Silva's hand already, and the law there states if it hits offensive player's hand, even if it's accidental, no goal will stand. So how then can you give a penalty when it's already hit? I never see what's happening here.
But I never said that it was a penalty. But I never said it was a penalty. I just said it was a contentious decision.
Yeah, it was, but it should have been dealt with before you even got to that.
Okay, it should have been dealt with.
Am I lying? Before you even got to that, it should have been dealt with.
Yeah, it should have been dealt with.
So we shouldn't be here talking about that. We shouldn't be here talking about that.
But I'm talking about the decision. It was a contentious decision that led up to your goal. Okay, Fabinho's goal. I'm not saying it was a penalty. I'm not saying it was. I'm saying it was
people weren't focused. I understand that.
Yeah,
but you have to ask the Man City camp why they should have played. They should have concentrated on the game.
That's the problem with VAR though, because as I said, players are playing.
They need to sort out VAR. It's been a disaster.
It's been apparently the Premier League officials and the managers are meeting in a secret location this week.
They should make it known.
Yeah, exactly, because we as fans we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on at this moment in time.
I've seen some shocking decisions.
But then the second goal, that's very contentious.
Oh, what's contentious?
Well, they didn't even check.
Well, I'm sure they checked.
So you're telling me Salah wasn't even offside?
He was onside.
He was offside.
He was onside.
Okay, shall we look at my graphic here?
Yeah. He was onside.
Yeah, let's get it up here. I mean, let's run the VT. Let's run the VT.
Where did you get this from, by the way?
I got it from Twitter.
Who,
I don't think it's even running. I mean, is it even playing?
Onside there.
To me, I don't know. I mean, if this look, here we go. Look, here we go.
Well, they've made it in a way to make it look like
no. Look at the way. Look at the line. Look at the line. Look at Salah. No, Salah is offside. Look, his knee. Look at the line.
Yeah, but look at Jones.
You have to clearly look at the line. Look,
I'm looking at the line.
His knee. Look, he's offside.
Nah, mate, he's onside.
He's offside.
He's on, man.
No. Look, he's offside.
He's actually on.
From this graphic here.
I'm so sorry.
From this graphic here, he's offside.
Let's look at another graphic now.
No, we're looking at this graphic right now. This particular graphic right. His knee is offside. If Bulldog was offside.
Wait.
Look at the grass line. Look at the grass line. Look.
Nah, look at this Stone's foot.
No, he's offside.
No, he's not. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. He's on.
You're being biased here.
I'm not.
Obviously,
they checked it.
No, but they checked it. They didn't check it. They didn't bother to check it.
They did check it.
They didn't check it.
They did.
They didn't check it.
How could they not check it? They checked it.
No, they checked it. Yeah, but briefly. How comes they took like 3.5 minutes to check Bulldog's goal, but with Salah they didn't even bother?
I can be here. Firmino scored a perfectly good goal against Aston Villa and that got choked off.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying that from that graphic there, VT, that looked like Salah was offside. His knee looked like he was offside.
Mate.
But
looks can be deceiving. That's what I'm saying.
My problem here is is the consistency, because how are they the day before spending 3.5 minutes checking if Bulldog's goal against Spurs was offside when he's offside by 0.5 of a shoe size, right? In this game where there's so much on the line, they dismissed it within seconds. Within seconds. Yeah. I mean, we can have a look at your graphic now. Okay. Oh, well, of course, it was done by a Liverpool account, fan account, wasn't it?
What? So what? They moved Salah back or what?
Well, it's the frame.
It's like your frame.
Huh?
Your frame was done in a way to make it look like it was offside. What, my line? He looks offside.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's fine margins.
It's fine.
It's fine margins. But my issue is the consistency.
They've even broke it down here.
No, of course the Liverpool.
Look, the offside, the blue.
Yeah, but of course the Liverpool fans gonna break it down in favour of you.
Oh man, it was onside, man.
And Liverpool fans obviously gonna break it down in favour of you.
It was onside.
Yeah, from that graphic.
You're the only one. Okay,
what was the name of that account?
I'm for side.
Well, exactly. Well, there you have it.
Yeah, but still.
There you have
it. They showed what they saw. In.
Yeah, VAR is doing everything it can to help Liverpool win the Premier League.
No, I disagree with that. They're doing everything they can to stop us.
No, they're doing everything they can.
From Old Trafford, from that origin.
They're doing everything.
Listen, you yourself were there singing VAR, my lord. And now you're telling me, that wasn't.
I just thought it was funny. That's all.
What? I've been a victim of. We've been a victim of VAR.
I never said that
twice. We've been a
at
victim.
Old Trafford. I never said it wasn't a foul.
No, but exactly. So how can you now come here and tell me that they're doing
the decision against O'Brien? Was it O'Brien or who was it against Leicester? Soft penalty. Soft.
Come on. They took him out, man. They took him out. But anyways, what about that Firmino offside? You've had nothing to say. You've had nothing to say on that.
Can we move on?
Huh?
Can we move on?
What about the Regi foul?
We should Regi foul.
That Rashford went to go and score from.
But we just established that.
Exactly.
I never said.
So what? So how are you sitting here telling me that VAR is favouring us?
They are, man.
They're not.
Huh?
They're clearly not.
They are, man. You've had a few contentious decisions go your way.
Nobody wants us to win that except us.
Yeah, not exactly. Even Sterling said it in the PFA was last year. Yeah,
because we are the unbearables.
Well, yeah, you are. You are unbearable. Nothing's ever your fault either.
It's not.
It isn't. But speaking of our good friend Sterling, obviously he was involved in an altercation before, leading towards the international duty. I mean, he was very tense in that game.
Oh, they were giving him stick or... Well, they
You think rightly so?
You know what?
They'll
I
sing
like Sterling. What are they singing?
There's only one greedy bastard. Yeah.
Well, I say that. Oh, no. Oh, it's been said anyway.
It's been said anyway.
Yeah, but yeah.
There's no going back.
So he's, he's there. Every time he touched the ball, he's getting booed. You can tell he wasn't comfortable, innit? I don't think he played bad though.
No, he was Manchester City's biggest threat.
Yeah,
he was.
I don't think I could have stomached him scoring against us though.
No, I thought he should have scored when
the header?
When he danced through and then he decided to cut it back.
Oh, yeah.
But he was Man City's most dangerous player.
Definitely.
But it seemed very toxic, against him. The fans, really just don't like him.
Yeah, because of the way he left. Well, he was right to leave when he left, but he still...
Well, I'm glad you...
Yeah, he was right to
You're
leave.
honest about that.
What were we doing?
Well, your fans are so bitter towards him.
Yeah, we don't like him, innit?
What, is it because he got the Premier League title? He's got 2 Premier League titles.
But they just don't like him, innit?
What? For what reason, though?
The way it's just the way... When you leave Liverpool, you go to a Barca or go to Madrid.
Yeah, but Torres left.
And
went
that's
Chelsea.
why we don't like Torres.
What do you mean? You guys didn't boo him the way you got booed Sterling.
You should have...
Michael Owen went to Man United.
See when Torres passed the ball to Villian, when Mourinho stopped us winning the Prem, Torres had the chance to finish us himself, innit? But he knew, he couldn't do that. He couldn't break.
I think he got shook.
He purposely gave it to William to take that goal. He spared us that day, but still.
Well, yeah, as I was saying, things kind of spilled over into the England cap, following obviously this incident here between Sterling and Gomez. It stemmed from this situation here.
He's telling people, he's calling these players.
Yeah.
He carried him like a baby. He carried him.
Do you think that's what kind of like, do you think Sterling kind of carried that to bed?
Yeah. Because you know the memes, he'll go on, log on.
Yeah.
You'll see a bottle in his mouth and all sorts,
So you think he carried that to bed before he,
But I think it's a good thing as well, that both players have that passion, that they care.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm tired of players, shaking hands and kissing, having a beer after the game, just comforting one another after the game. I like that there was a bit of animosity. It means something. It just shows that there's some sort of rivalry there. And obviously this rivalry between Manchester City and Liverpool has kind of been brewing over the last few years. And it brings me back to the days of when Man United and Arsenal,
Keane and Vieira.
There was that.
The hatred, But these guys, they follow each other on Instagram and shit.
It doesn't matter.
Once it gets to game time, all that's out the window.
Listen, for me, if I'm playing you, and you're not on my team, and there's so much riding on it, we're not friends for 90 minutes.
You're on up, innit?
Yeah, we're not friends for 90 minutes. You can kick me, I'll kick you. Do you know what I mean? I don't care. You can swear at me, I can swear at you. After the game, we'll shake hands. It's all love. Do you know what I mean? But we're grown men at the end of the day. But these days, I just think, we're gonna meet each other tomorrow at the England camp. Yeah, let me not say my piece, because Sterling got into a bit of a pickle with not just Gomez, it was Henderson as well.
I had to come because it's cool with Henderson. I heard Henderson was the peacemaker, calmed it down, innit?
Yeah,
I heard that Sterling came in when Gomez and they were laughing, innit? So that
triggered him off.
That triggered him, innit?
That triggered him off. It did.
We've just lost an important game.
But no, it's good though, because
it's good,
you know what? What I wanted to know, because when you guys beat Spurs, in the Champions League final, I wanted to know how the Spurs players were gonna react when they met up with the Liverpool players.
They must hate Liverpool, man. They must slightly they're the reason that they didn't lift up. We're the reason they didn't lift up the biggest.
No, the referee is.
No, come on, man. Listen. I'll give you an example that I saw the other day. Spurs came to the Anfield, and what minute did they score in?
In the first minute.
They scored in 45 seconds.
Yeah.
A legit good goal.
Yeah.
Who won that game?
But I'm not talking about
that game. But you're saying the referee won Spurs the game, they didn't have...
Won Liverpool the game in the Champions League.
Won Liverpool the game, mate, it seems to me that you're just a Liverpool hater. That's what it feels like, innit? Because if that handball happened the other way around, I don't think you'll be here telling me that was... For me, I mean, it just wasn't handball.
But that's done. That's done. That's that. Yeah, that's old news. That's old news. You won the Big Ears. Yeah, you won the Big Ears. Yeah. Let's forget about that. Yeah.
So let's not sit here and pretend the referee won it for us.
Let's forget about that. Let's forget about that. Okay. We'll move on. Obviously, but back to the matter in hand. Obviously, with Sterling and Gomez. Do you think Sterling was out of pocket?
Sorry, to kick with that. Huh?
Do you think Sterling was out of pocket?
No, he was angry. Gomez carried him on national TV and went home.
Yeah.
Sterling didn't sleep that night.
Of course, because he would have seen memes like this. Yeah. Check this meme, because this one made me laugh. Like, man said Gomez picked on Sterling Southgate, dropped it. Honestly, he must have seen memes like that, and he must have been brewing.
Yeah.
He must have been brewing.
All these gossip pages on Instagram?
He must have been getting tagged.
Some girls that don't know nothing about football just knew that he got picked up. It was embarrassing.
Yeah. I can imagine. Like, you've woken up early, you've lost a big game, you're going to meet the players that you lost against.
And then you see that first thing in the morning when you lost.
He's probably in multiple group chats. And the man them are just sending him stuff and thinking, oh my, he's thinking
to get that goal.
He's thinking, when I see him, I'm gonna address him. I have to say
at least
something.
He got out. He went fake about it. He didn't come and say hi Gomez and then hug it. He said what he had to say.
Of course.
Or did what he had to do, or scratch or punch or whatever.
I mean, the papers loved it. I mean, we've got a few paper articles here. They say.
But do you know?
Strop idle, because obviously Southgate dropped him. We got it here, strop idle. That's what the Daily Star is saying.
Do you know what I thought was funny though?
What's that?
Sky Sports, they did. They went on to England's training, You
oh,
know
right, yeah.
And they circled Gomez, and then they circled Sterling, and they were tracking when they were training next to each other. I just thought that was a message. What's all that about?
I don't know.
Obviously, they're gonna make up. It's not
that deep. I mean, obviously, the Daily Mirror. Was it the Daily Mirror? Yeah, the Daily Mirror. They titled it "Strop and Go." Just they're
cool now, man.
But they're cool now. But
it's good, man.
Obviously, Southgate dropped him.
Didn't he play today? I didn't even watch it.
No, he didn't. And it says here, obviously, Southgate admits he's given Sterling the hump, but says he will play again on Sunday. Sterling missed England's 1,000th game.
Pleaded on Sterling's case to play.
Yeah, he did, but unfortunately, he got booed tonight.
Yeah,
he got booed tonight by.
They ain't gonna like him. Sterling does his thing for England, didn't it? So.
Yeah, I guess so. But this is why I say.
But why are they booing him? I don't understand that. It's done. Both players have made up. What's the need to go and boo Gomez now?
Because they've dropped England's best player.
No, but he'll play again. People are just being silly, man.
Yeah, but obviously the fans are not happy that Southgate dropped England's best player as a result of Gomez. But obviously,
they should boo Southgate then.
You make a valid point. Which is why I'm saying, do you think Southgate handled the situation well?
I don't think he should have dropped Sterling.
I don't think he should have come out public about the situation.
They said, in saying that, they said they would have come out anyways.
It probably would have, because there are leaks. There are always leaks anyway with social media.
Like Vardy's wife and everything.
Yeah.
So, but you know what it is, that should have just been kept in house. They had their little scuffle and they shook hands and they move on.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true, because Rio Ferdinand came out and he said that he commends how Southgate has handled the England job at this moment in time.
Sterling, it made it bigger than what it should be. Like, I don't think why was Sterling dropped? It's not that deep.
I don't know. I actually don't know why he was dropped. Like, apparently he was going to be dropped completely, but the England players pleaded with. Southgate not to. Gomez being one of them.
To send him home?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Obviously, he didn't want to.
But it's cool. They're cool. Like, arguments. I'm happy that happened. I'm happy Gomez don't like a City player and a City player don't like a Liverpool player. I'm happy. Such was to occur. I'm very happy about that.
What do you think Southgate should have done?
Just put both of them in a room, talk to them, say obviously you can't really be doing that, or at least if you're doing that, do that privately. Don't do it in front of everybody, like where there's cameras and all that, and keep it moving. That's all. It's not. They made it out to be bigger than what it should have been.
I just don't understand in this day and age. It's like everything. Why does everything have to be rosy? In normal walks of life, you go to work, you're not always gonna get along.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, there are gonna be issues that arrive. Some people, in their offices, if they don't get along with someone, they're gonna be desk visits. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They're going to be desk visits. You're going to go from the second floor up to the 8th floor and say, look, mate, look, I don't know
the way you're moving.
Yeah.
That email you sent me out is bothering me.
Yeah. Are you going to have the same energy now?
Yeah. Now I'm in your face. Yeah, it's true.
It's true. Do you know what I mean? So
you can't. In life, this is just life itself, innit? You can't get along with everybody. Like you
Sterling
said.
did come out and apologise, like as soon as the.
It happened, but it was always gonna. It was like it was rehearsed.
What, his apology?
Yeah, I think it was rehearsed. Like I think, like.
What, you think his PR team said? Come
out you get me. Just.
I mean, you guys have probably seen it already, but here's what he said. First and foremost, everyone knows what that game means to him. Everyone knows that I'm not the way inclined, and more to the point where Joe and I have had words and figured things out and moved on. He later goes on to say we moved. This is why we play this sport, because our love for it. Me and Joe Gomez are good. We both understand it was a 5 to 10 second thing. It's done and we move forward.
Fair enough, yeah. Let's not make this bigger than this, which I think the media have, which I think the fans have,
of course the
and
media,
Southgate has.
I mean, of course the media are going to lap it up. I mean, obviously, like I've shown here, obviously they said stop and go in the Daily Mirror. They love it.
Yeah.
They love it. So, it is what it is. But
trying to turn it into a soap series or...
Well, to be fair, we say that obviously there wasn't much in it, but if we look at Gomez's face, he's got a scratch.
Yeah, probably went to try and grab him from...
Well, apparently he went for his neck.
Yeah. And then Gomez probably just...
Yeah, he said, are you still a big man now?
Yeah, he lifted him up. He had every right to do so.
Yeah.
Well, you do the same? If somebody carried you on national TV and then you saw them again?
Of course I wouldn't be happy about it.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Some people are talking about his conduct being a professional footballer.
But he's human at the end of the day.
This is my point.
You don't make mistakes.
Human element out of the game of football now.
That's what it seems like. But he's human.
I feel like these players are having to
be robots. Yeah.
And conform to
society.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, they're role models. This, that, the other, but they're humans at the end of the day.
You know what it is? That role model thing, people choose. They don't choose to be role models. They didn't say, yeah, I'm your role model. You choose. People choose their own role models. So if you choose to have them as your role models, they can make mistakes. You have to accept that. You can't just...
But the thing is, some people may say, well, because you're in the public eye and people look up to you, although you haven't chosen this position, you are in this position. So you have a duty.
You could have handled...
You have a duty to...
If you're angry, you're angry. You get me? I don't blame Sterling. He was angry at the time.
So if the Prime Minister's angry,
he's angry. He's human. Like,
but
if there's a nonsense person that's an antagonist that's done something to him, and he's in his emotional state that he was in, that he's come away from a 3-1 spanking, been carried by his armpits live on TV. It's not his day. He sees the lad that's lifted him up, laughing and joking away like everything's... Of course you're going to be angry. You're going to...
No, but I understand that, but some people are going to say he should...
he should do better. He could have done better, but it is what it is at the end of the day.
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, for them people... For them people who say he needs... He's not a robot, he's human, they make mistakes, he's apologized, they've shook hands, they've trained together, so let everybody move on now. And that's...
I saw someone's tweet the other day saying that, Sterling has done a lot to change his image in the last couple of years.
Yeah, because obviously...
I didn't understand what that saying was. Change what image? Because he hasn't done anything.
No, but the paper, he's been a victim of, the gun in his leg.
He hasn't changed his image. He's just been himself.
He's always been himself.
Just obviously because when he came out, obviously about the situation with how the Daily Mail have been attacking him and things like that. And obviously he just thought to himself that
I believe the media was attacking him.
Of course they were.
They were. For
of course
every little thing.
But for people to say that he's changed his image and now obviously this situation has put him back in that... Well,
he was never... Sterling was always professional. Like he was quiet from what I've known. He just gets on with football. He's a player that wants to win. He's not out there doing nonsense. You don't hear stories of Sterling going strip clubs and all that. He just does what he has to do.
Read the recent news. I think he gave his girlfriend some money to buy properties. Yeah.
She started. Yeah. He's a good role model.
No, he is for me.
He is. He's a good.
Some people,
Well, you get them people in life. You can't please everybody, innit?
You do. But I guess obviously we move at the end of the day. I think England, they won tonight, I think 7-0.
Do you know what I think Happy? See when he did his apology, yeah? Somebody in Daily Mail must have gone and punched the wall, innit? Yeah. They didn't want that sort of apology, innit?
No, but you know what the good thing about... One of the good things about social media now that these footballers have is that they have their own platform.
Oh yeah, they can write, and they have millions of followers, innit?
They have millions of followers.
So they can address, they can say what they...
Exactly. And, you know, because they've got millions of followers, you know, people are not going to be forced to read the news, you know, the stuff in the paper.
Yeah.
Because these players, they have their space, their platform to speak their minds and say their truth.
You know, there's some people that live by the papers, innit? They just read. They don't even care whether the story is true. No. I'm saying there's still some people.
Yeah, there's still some people.
So to them, Sterling is a antagonist. He's a hooligan, a rascal boy. That's what it'll be to them, innit? But yeah.
No, it's good, man. It's good. It's like you see, YouTube is put an end to, well, the TV celebrity.
Yeah.
You know,
you can make yourself one.
You can make yourself one now. You can make yourself one now anyway. But moving on anyway, obviously it's a story that should be done and dusted. He'll play again on Sunday.
Yeah.
Probably get another assist.
Another goal.
Go back to Man City and do his thing. For me, he's one of the top players in the world right now.
Definitely.
I feel like he's world class.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm still heartbroken that I'll still like to see him in Liverpool. I would have loved to see him in Liverpool.
Well, I like your honesty.
I would have loved to.
Well, this is a debate for another day.
Yeah.
But Sterling or Mane?
I don't know. You know, it's 50-50 in it. I'm happy Mane is here, but if I had Sterling, I'll be happy with Sterling. If I had Mane, I'll be happy with Mane.
Okay, so if you had to pick,
I'm not gonna lie. I'll pick Mane because I think he's more dangerous than Sterling, innit?
You think?
Yeah, Sterling's improved. Don't get me wrong, but Mane is just I don't know. Listen, be honest with yourself. When you see Mane on the team sheet, what team in their right mind is going to want to play against Mane?
I mean, we didn't mind playing against him.
Well,
what can you say?
Yeah, but he didn't have his good friend Salah with him.
It is so, but that's a debate for another day anyway. But what I want to finish off on is VAR. Is it ruining football? Is it ruining your love for the game?
You know what it is, yeah? Like, I think Klopp said something, yeah. They asked Klopp, how come you didn't celebrate when... what match was it? Was it City or the game before? They said, how come you didn't celebrate the goal? Like, normally you celebrate. He said he couldn't. He didn't know whether it was a goal or not. He said he don't want to waste his energy. And it's right. VAR, even me nowadays, yeah, you celebrate, but you there's a bit in your head that says, hold on.
You have to, hold on a minute. Yeah, we have to do the check, yeah.
They do the check, and then and then you're celebrating. But
for me...
It's changed. You lose the natural aspect of the game, innit?
Like
the raw emotion.
The raw emotion, you lose it.
Even players now, they don't know whether it's a goal. They think it's a goal. They slide on their knees before they're doing fist pumps. Before they turn around, the goal's been ruled off. Yeah,
or they're stopping and they're thinking, what's happening here? Oh, there's a check going on.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, you know, like you said, the raw emotion of the game is being thrown out.
When it goes for you, you're happy, isn't it? Like that Chelsea's goal that got ruled off against us. I was thanking God for VAR.
Yeah, but at the same time,
then,
I mean,
when it goes against you, you're thinking.
But for me, it's spoiling the game. Like this decision here against Bulldog, like you know, you cannot tell me. You know, it took them 3.5 minutes to check this offside.
Even from this thing, here,
this
angle, how does he look offside there? I don't understand it.
Exactly. Is that a clear and obvious error? No, it isn't.
You know what they should do, yeah? Because they've proven, yeah, I thought VAR would put an end to the offside decisions. I thought this system here, even if you're a millimetre offside,
it'll be clear cut, innit?
If it's not clear cut, they should give the attacker benefit.
Yeah, they should give the attacker the advantage. Because it's pointless. Like because decisions like that,
what more can you do?
You tell me. What more can he do?
What can he do?
If he's size 5, he's onside.
It's madness. I don't know how he was offside.
Honestly, how do you make that call? Because I remember Man City having a decision chalked off against West Ham earlier on in the season. Obviously, you guys had a decision last week.
Listen, that one. Sorry, I just have to say one or two things.
Go on.
They claimed Firmino's armpit was offside.
The armpit.
It was off by his armpit. In the picture, it was ridiculous. That was a ridiculous decision. Somebody there was a United fan or a freaking City fan. Whoever was the VAR official did not want that goal to go in.
But I just think, you know...
Armpit. How can you tell me somebody's offside by the armpit?
I don't know. It's scandalous. And I'm happy that Bulldog, he went and scored again because,
he
you
should
know...
have had 2 goals.
Yeah, and Sheffield United should have won the game.
Yeah.
And should have won the game.
So Spurs are making a living with this VAR. They're the real beneficiaries.
Oh, they're the real beneficiaries. They are the real beneficiaries. Spurs are the... Because of what happened against Man City last season in the Champions League, this season as well in the last minute, they are the real beneficiaries.
Yeah,
no, they are.
They are.
They are. And they must have shares. I don't know.
They must.
But honestly...
Without VAR, what position do you think Spurs will be in?
Boy, I don't know. But, you know, decisions like that, are they going to continue, like, throughout the season?
No, you know what? This has to be a trial. This has to be this first season. They need to sit down and say, listen, this and this is happening here. This and this is happening here. They need to, for next season, they need to come to some sort of, or like they said, send the referee, let the referee
go to the monitor.
Yeah,
like they're doing the Bundesliga, isn't it? Like
why doesn't the referee go to the monitor?
I don't know. You know what someone said though, because I think it was on Sky Sports, whereby Jamie Carragher said, the things that he worries about, you know, is if this season, I was
thinking I was with Carragher.
That's what he said. He said, if this season, the referee has a monitor in the stadium, and you know, he doesn't want the referee to make a decision based on raw emotion, because obviously he's gonna have managers in his ear, he's gonna have fans in his ear, players, coaches in his ear.
It would have been a brave man to chalk off Liverpool's that Fabinho's goal. Would have taken a brave man.
But I mean, that's what they're employed to do, though, is to make decisions. Because before VAR, referees were making contentious decisions.
But do you know what I think happened as well? You see, because goal line technology, is so accurate, isn't it? Like the ball crosses the line, goal. Because it's accurate, 100%. People are probably thinking, VAR is something the same. It's going to be like the same for offside and stuff like this.
It's not, because it's subjective. And the thing is, like we've seen in the graphics that we've shown in today's episode, is that depending on when you freeze the frame.
So when do they freeze the frame?
Exactly.
Who makes that decision?
Exactly. So it's going to be. It's always going to be subjective, because depending on when you freeze.
We've shown two angles. One offside.
So it's always going to be subjective, and when you freeze the frame, you know, you can't always freeze the frame accurately.
So what do you think? Give it to the, if it's like tight like these ones that we're showing, give it to the benefit of the striker.
Well, I think you should have 2 challenges. Like, so basically you have 2 challenges or half. So if the captain says, I want to challenge that decision, they have the right to say, okay, we're going to look at that. If it's not clear and obvious, okay, if if it's incorrect, they lose the challenge. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is what I think, I'm just saying, them tight calls, don't you think it'll just make it easy? Just give it to the attacker.
Well, that's what offside was. Well, they tried to implement that, whereby the attacker, has the advantage. You know, you give the benefit of the doubt to the attacker, but it just seems like they're just trying to nitpick at decisions.
I'm not having this armpit, this toenail, this boot.
That's my issue. That is my issue, and it's just making me fall out of love with the game, because the game that I grew up loving, right, whereby there were some contentious decisions which we would talk about on a Monday, going into school, going into college, going into uni, going to work. It's like you're forgetting about. We're not having a conversation about football anymore. We're having a conversation about VAR. You know.
Do you think it will improve?
I don't know, man.
What do you think? They should take it? But I'm not gonna lie. Saying taking VAR out of the game, there was some ridiculous decisions.
There was, but the people that are, making the decisions about VAR are not football people. They haven't played the game. They haven't played the game. They're people in suits, stooges in suits. Corporate people that are just assigned, to make decisions. And for me, that doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't. They should be formal footballers in wherever where is it? Stockley Park or something like that?
the thing about former footballers, you can't put them on a. Let's say a former United footballer, and he has to make a call about a tight offside. I'm sure he's gonna give it. He's gonna want United.
Yeah, but a lot of these people.
Same way Liverpool. Yeah. So
yeah, but that's because obviously they're known to be associated with that particular club. However, we don't know how what teams these guys support.
It's true.
We don't know
I'm
that.
sure they support somebody.
Of course they do. That's why they're involved in football.
Yeah.
That's why they're involved in football.
True,
you know what I mean? You can't tell me they all support flipping Lincoln, Tranmere.
The people are. That's what I said. The one that knocked off Firmino's goal is a clear Man City support.
Speaking of obviously VAR beneficiaries, we've got a list here that you gave to me about about teams who have
the City game, innit?
who have benefited the least from VAR decisions. I'm sure this was made by a Liverpool fan.
Listen, Wolves are.
So who can verify these statistics here?
Well, they've just gone on.
So this is this season.
Yeah.
So this season.
Yeah.
So
That's just on the Liverpool site, but he would have had to get this.
It's on the Liverpool site.
Not a Liverpool site, but that was on. I got that from a Liverpool. I follow a Liverpool fan page, but they would have still had to get that from somewhere.
Also,
because they
run me through this graphic then.
Basically, what they're saying is points without VAR, we have 31. Points with VAR. We haven't gained any advantage.
What do you mean? You did though.
What?
Leicester. Are you talking about incorrect decisions?
Yeah, but from what's been given, they're talking here about what has been given, innit? If you get what I'm saying. No,
but you were awarded a penalty kick for. So, are these correct decisions or incorrect decisions?
It was debatable, isn't it? I think that was a penalty kick.
I'm sorry, but we'll need someone to validate that graphic because I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what you were trying to explain there.
Go back to it for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, listen,
Yeah.
Like the Wolves one. What are they saying here? Points without VAR. So they're the ones that have been hurt the most, isn't it? Without it.
Oh, without it.
Yeah, they're missing 4 points.
They're missing 4 points.
Yeah, because I think Jimenez, when he scored, how many goals he had to score? He scored a hat trick and they only gave him like 1 goal.
Right, I see.
In 1 match.
Okay. What is this in order though?
No, this was. It's not in order.
I'll tell you, but I don't know what time. I don't know what time. That's a table you made up. It's a table you made up. It doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to figure out what it means. It's like that table was done in Scouse. Oh God, honestly, I don't understand what was going on there. Huh?
Listen, we've benefited from VAR. I've given you examples today where we have not benefited from VAR.
Okay, well,
so it's a bit of both. If you get
I know teams are going to benefit from VAR. Yeah.
We're doing up both. So
yeah. No, I mean teams
are winning, sometimes we're losing. Eh?
And that's obviously VAR. Sometimes they're going to go your way. Yeah. Sometimes they're not. Yeah. But at this moment in time, the decisions that we're seeing.
I don't think they're going Liverpool's way. You may see it different.
I'm not saying just Liverpool's way. I'm just saying in general. I mean, they're going to go to in favour of some teams and in favour and sometimes not in favour of some teams. But I just feel at this moment in time that there's so many inaccuracies and flaws in VAR, which was designed to
all over the place.
Yeah, it was designed to obviously enhance decisions. But it seems like it's adding to the nonsense. It's adding to the nonsense, which is frustrating for us as football fans.
I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked to see VAR like this. I thought, VAR's here. All this rubbish that teams are getting away with is done. Only to find out that the idiots that are running these rooms, they haven't got a clue.
They haven't got a clue.
They have not got a clue.
They don't.
They're guessing. That's what they're doing. It's like they're
it is a guessing game. It is a guessing game, unfortunately. But what can we do? It's spoiling some of these games, but we have to wait and see. They're having a review, like I said, and we'll just.
What the sickening thing is?
What's that?
They go home to their pay. They don't give a damn what's the spoiled game. They don't care.
It is what it is, and we have to suffer because we don't know what's going on, but. We'll have to wait and see what happens, in the next couple of weeks, because like I said, they're having a review about how they can make it better. I don't know how they can make it better, immediately, but they have to do something because it's killing the game that we love.
They're destroying it.
Yeah, but at least obviously, you know, we've got a few days, about 10 days without that stress of VAR because it's the international break.
Do you know why I didn't want VAR?
Why?
In case they'll put, I know what's going to happen here. If we win the Premiership, I already know there's better fans such as yourself. I'm so sorry.
Okay, I was just about to close the show.
Yeah, but
go on. Yeah.
I already know, what the excuse is going to be.
What's that, VAR?
Oh, because of VAR.
Oh, it took
Before a ball was kicked.
Yeah.
Before a ball was kicked. If we win, that's what I already knew.
Well, so we should have won it last season.
Well, we tried.
And you didn't.
Yeah, well, we'll try again this season.
Well, there you have it. We'll see. Well, yeah. As you know the score, another week done, another show in the bag. My name is Shingy Rose. You can find me on Twitter, Shingy_London. Sorry, not Shingy. I keep on getting confused with my Twitter handle, you know, because they shut down my account.
Why?
Copyright infringement.
How do you manage that?
I have no idea. But anyway, back to the matter in hand. Anyway, my Twitter handle and my Instagram handle is now Shingy_LDN. Find me on there. Follow, you know the score, YKTS Football on Twitter and Instagram. You know, and follow my guy Tobes.
I go by the name of Tobes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can follow me on. I don't even use Twitter.
Well, then, what can people follow you then?
I'm not gonna lie,
Well, deactivate it.
I have to.
Yeah. Okay. So where can people find you then?
So, Instagram.
Yeah, and what's your handle?
Tobes Shayo.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah, the same.
Well, there you have it. Follow the production team, Hustle Time _ on Twitter and Instagram. And make sure you like, share, subscribe to You Know The Score on YouTube. Leave your comments below. Get involved in the conversation. And like I said, if you want to be on the show, get in touch with me. And we'll bring you on the show to discuss your team. And your views about the hot topics in football. But yeah.